up, hands up, hands up. Let's go ahead and get ourselves started on math this morning. We are math minute 57. We're doing a good job. Hopefully you guys have your tools. It's a beautiful evening here in my kitchen. So hopefully you guys can see it a little bit better. Let me know if it's still an issue. As I put this up, let's see how many we can fit on this one page. A lot. Obviously I can make this a little bigger. See if let's get that. There you go. So here we are. Let's go with today. I haven't used blue. So let's go ahead and use some blue today. Number one, simplify 5/15. Back to the simplifying. We love to simplify. We could easily put this in photo math. So let's get that out. Again, cap, boop. Get rid of that so Miss Cheer stops fidgeting with it. We're gonna go ahead, open up our photo math. And I noticed when I turn this around, you can't see it, and I apologize. We have to find a happy medium. Either you see this or see that, because I can't do both apparently. This is too bright for the camera. This is too dull for the camera during the day. So it's just difficult. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it, and you're gonna have to do the calculations at home, so that works out well. Simplify. So what I'm gonna do first is that I'm gonna go ahead and put my fraction symbol in. I'll put 5 at the top, 15 on the bottom. So it says that the answer is 1/3. Yes, that makes sense. Yes, that seems to be correct. Let's do it the long way now. Let's do it the coronavirus way. If I look here, I'm gonna go ahead and write this fraction again. And can anybody remember the magic numbers that we look at to simplify fractions? The magic numbers we look at are 2, 3, and 5. You should try to use the highest of the magic numbers as you can. There's one magic number we can get rid of right away because both of these numbers are odd. If we take this number and divide it by 2, it has a decimal, so we can't do this one. So 2's are out. We could do 3's or we can do 5's. Since it looks like we're counting by 5's, we got to go with the highest number. So we're going to use this magic number to simplify today. So when you simplify a fraction, that means you're going to divide the top number and the bottom number by the same number. So because we picked 5 divided by 5, and then 15 divided by 5. And that will give us our reduced fraction. When I come down to here, I do, that one I don't even need to do. If you have 5 slices of pizza, and you have 5 people that want the pizza, how many slices are you gonna get all together? Like each person's gonna get how many slices? 1. That's easy. Any number divided by itself is always 1. But the bottom one is a little bit more complicated. So I'm going to do that division problem on my calculator. And 15 divided by 5 is 3. Perfect. That's our answer. Good work to us. That wasn't so bad. That's because we got to do one of the bigger numbers, so we didn't have to do it all the way across. So that wasn't bad at all. Number 2, circle the greater number in this. Ooh, do you remember the trick? Do you remember how to do it? Best way to do it? Do you remember? You gotta line up the decimal points. So you have 2 decimals here. You have 0, 0, 8. Oh, we probably should, don't worry about it. We'll figure that out later. Then on this one, it's 0, 0, 7, 6, 3. So which one's bigger? We have to go digit by digit. The first ones are the same. Doesn't matter. Second ones are the same. Doesn't matter. Third ones, not the same. Is 7 bigger or is 8 bigger? Would you rather have $8 or $7? You would rather have $8. Because this is the bigger number, then this is the bigger number. You don't have to worry about the rest of that. You just compare the numbers digit by digit or place value by place value until you get to numbers that are different. and you pick which one is bigger. It's perfect. But you got to make sure to line up those decimal points. If these are not lined up, you're going to be a hot mess. Number 3, if A equals 12 and B equals 100, then A over B equals what percentage? That actually is really easy. Very easy. So we know A equals 12 and we know B equals 100. So it is A is 12. I'll write it down here again just in case you can't see it. And they want a percentage, so that'll come in eventually. A is 12, so we replace the A with 12. We replace the 100 with B. And what's my answer? So 12 divided by 100, so make sure that you put it in your calculator. Don't be lazy. Is 0.12. Again, the trick that I showed you last week is that if you're dividing by 100 or anything that has 10, 100, 1,000, it's just 1 with some zeros, you can move the decimal point. So on this one, you count how many zeros it is, and if it's divide, you go that way. If you multiply, the decimal point goes this way. So, I think I screwed that up. Shoot, I screwed it up. Listen to me again. If I times it, the decimal point goes that way. Sorry, that was my mistake. I own that mistake. Totally on me. If it's times, the decimal point goes that way. If it is divide, the decimal point goes this way. In this instance, I have 2, I have 1, I have 2, 0, so I move the decimal point 1, 2. We could do it like that too. So this is our, is that a percentage though? No, to get a percentage, you have to times it. So you got to times the answer by 100, and that gives you 12%. So when you have a decimal you want to turn into a percent, all you do is times that by 100. If you notice though, if you have something over 100 already, it looks like you can go ahead and put that as a percentage. But remember, follow the steps first. This is a trick in case you're running out of time and you got to do it really fast. You can also do that little trick, but it doesn't work every time. Is 509 evenly divisible by 4? So is this number evenly divisible by 4? Evenly divisible means no decimals. No decimals, none. No decimal signs. Okay? So if I write it out, so we get rid of the words, it's 509 divided by 4. And we're looking to see if there's a decimal sign, a decimal point or not. All we gotta do is take out our calculator. We do 509, so 509 divided by 4. And the answer is 127.25. Does it have a decimal point? Yes, it does. And since it has a decimal point, then the answer is no. No. No is already on my wall over there, so I'm not writing on my wall. But no, the answer to that is no, because it has what? Decimals. List the factors of 14. Oh, you know who we're gonna ask? Who are we gonna ask? Alexa. What are the factors of 14?
14's factors are 1, 2, 7, and 14.
So that's using our tools. That's using our quick electronic tools. If we're going to use this the coronavirus way, what you do is you're going to do 14 divided by 1 and see if it is even. So 14 divided by 1 is 14. So we have 1 and 14. We both know those are correct. Then we have 14 divided by 2. 14 divided by 2 is what? I know, I should have done the calculator for that one too, but it's okay. 14 divided by 2 equals 7. So no decimal point, so both of those numbers are. We know from Alexa there are no more, but let's just do a couple more just to check. So if we have 14 divided by 3, 14 divided by 3 is a mess. So let's go ahead and we'll try it a shot. It's 4.6666. So ready? Mess. So what about 14 divided by 4? 14 divided by 4 is 3.5, which has a decimal, so it's a mess. So if we go over here, 2, we can keep going. So 14 divided by 5, mess. 14 divided by 6, mess. And then we get back up to 7. Once we get to 7, and it goes back to 2, we're down to 1, so it doesn't matter anymore. So we are finished factoring that. Perfect. That wasn't so bad tonight. I'm trying to do it a little quicker for you because I know that from Ethan told me this morning that this morning's math minute was super long. Ethan, thank you very much for the comment. Shout out to Ethan. So let's go ahead and try not to like drive myself crazy with this one this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it from this side. Let's see if I can get this flipped over where I'm not driving myself completely insane. All right, flip it over. Ah ha ha, I think I got it. I'm gonna put this back up and move on with 6 through 10. Back up on my wall. Perfect. Let's move it down. Can I fit? No, I can't fit. So, shoot. Okay, we'll figure something out, don't worry. Because these ones down here are the monster problems. So you can see right here, monster problems. We'll answer this one over here. Move this one up, and then I'll be able to fit it. So I got a plan, guys. I got a plan, don't worry. I got you. Number 6, list the first 3 multiples of 2. Now, we're talking, instead of factoring where we're trying to figure out what you're timesing a number by to get another number. This one here, multiples, you just go 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times, because here's your base. So here's your base number right there. 2 times 3, 2 times 4, 2 times 5, and so on and so on and so on. So 2 times 1, I mean, any number by 1 is always the same number. So this one stays 2. So let's skip count this next one. So we're gonna count by 2s, we're good at that. So I put the base up, 2, 4. Let's count, here's the 3. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And when you come to the 2 times tables, look how easy these are. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So it actually goes up in order. So the first 3 multiples are 1, 2, 3. So 2, 4, 6. Beautiful. Going down a little bit. Circle the answer that shows the length of this ticket. Now on my wall, it is fairly big. I give you that. It's fairly big on my wall. But going back to what we talked about last week is that my Swiffer stick right here, this is pretty close to a meter. Okay, so here's a meter. Is a movie ticket going to be a meter long? Not unless you're getting a CVS receipt, no. So it's definitely not a meter long. So it's definitely not a meter. So is it 4 meters? No, not 4 meters. Kilometers. If we're looking at kilometers, we're looking at something that you can drive in your car. Are you going to drive your car the length of a movie ticket? No, you're absolutely not doing that. So kilometers is out, meters is out. So now here comes the other one. So, oops, let me get that out of the way. So we only have 2 left, technically. We only have, so this one here, out. This one here, out. Centimeters or millimeters? Millimeters are literally, you see my fingers and the light going through my fingers? That is like a millimeter. Are you gonna measure your movie ticket with that little tiny little bit of stuff? No, you're not. So since it can't be this one, it can't be this one, it can't be this one, it has to be C. Because centimeters is how you would measure that movie ticket. Even on my wall, that's how you would measure the movie ticket. The other ones really don't make any sense. Let's get those last ones up. You know how much I love drawing him. We should name him. All right, anybody who has a really great name for the monster, let me know. So the monster always eats the bigger number. Some teeth, got the eyeball. You got a little body. He's always gonna eat the bigger number. Oh, look, he looks like he got some hair. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so we have to figure out which one of these is gonna be bigger. So that's what it's asking you here. Is it gonna be less than, greater than, or equal to? When we look at this, we have a decimal over here and a percentage over here. We cannot compare apples and oranges. All right, they're two different things. Percentages and decimals, they represent types of things that are the same, but they are not exactly the same. So what you have to do is you have to change that percentage into a decimal, because we talked about this multiple times already. You want to work with decimals. You do not want to work with percentages and fractions. You don't want to. So just be done with that. To get rid of that percentage sign, we just want to get rid of it. All you have to do is take your 38, so get your calculators out, 38 divided by 100. All right? Back to messing with my hair again. I gotta tighten this bandana. I think that's the problem. So once we divide that by 100 to make it a decimal again, which one is bigger? I don't know. What's the best way to figure out figure out if something's bigger or smaller? You line up the decimals. So you have this one on here, and this one over here. Oh! I gotta do that one again. Got distracted, my neighbors are coming home. Okay, if we look here, the zeros are the same. The threes are the same. What would you rather have? 3 cookies or 8 cookies? I'm gonna let you know, 8's bigger. So this one is bigger. So which one are we gonna eat? The monster is definitely eating 38 hundredths. Put up here, feed me. Haha, feed me. This one's bigger because if you line up the decimal points, the 8 is bigger than the 3. Going down here, ooh, it's split right there. You'll have the base number of 3 squared, and then you have the base number of 2 with the exponent of 4. So you're gonna put your base number up top, and how many times you're gonna repeat it? Twice. And when you have exponents, what function are you gonna use to do the problem? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Which one? Yes, you are going to times. You're going to multiply. So there's this, that problem needs to be finished. And then over here, my base number is 2. And I'm going to repeat the 2 4 times. And then I'm going to times those together. We got to figure out which one's bigger. The first one, get your calculators out. 3 times 3, 9. So this becomes 9. If we go on the other side, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. This one over here, even though the base number is 2, this becomes 16. So which one is our monster going to eat? Do you want 9 of something or do you want 16 of something? 16 of something. We're going to go ahead and make our monster. I'm going to make my monster a little bigger. That one was just not as satisfying. Yeah, perfect. So definitely, we're going to be doing, we're definitely eating the 2 exponent 4, not the 3 squared. Down here, this one, this is going to test us. It's going to test us, guys. The reason why it's going to test us is because if you look here, 4/16 and 1/4. These don't have the same bottom number. Since they do not have the same bottom number, we can't trust the tops. Again, we want to work with decimals. We don't want to work with percentages. We don't want to work with fractions. We want to work with decimals. So how we're going to do this? I'm going to make this one into a decimal, and I'm going to make this one into a decimal. Our first problem is 4. Ooh, I got to get rid of those other numbers first. Get a calculator out. 4 divided by 16. We have 0.25. Okay, sounds good. Then to get rid of that fraction, we have to do 1 divided by 4. No way. This one too, 0.25. Dang. No monster feeding. Monsters are going hungry tonight. So we have to put in our emoji instead. Yep. Got the equal sign to this one, because if we come over here and we write it correctly and line up our decimals like we're learning how to do, this one's the same, this one's the same, this one's the same. Since all the numbers are the same, it's equal. That was an excellent math minute, guys. Excellent math minute. I feel good about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this camera off. I think I'm a little hungry. I think I'm going to have a nice turkey sandwich, upload this video, and get on to the next one. So nice job, everybody. Thank you for following along. I will see you tomorrow. This is Cheer with Nighttime Kitchen Math.